Designing a secure information system is like locking a vault while still demanding the contents be constantly used. You must engineer an environment that guarantees secrets are never leaked and data is never corrupted. You cannot achieve both of those goals with arbitrary permission settings. System architecture relies on formal, unbending mathematical rules to guarantee security. This diagram illustrates the basic axiom. A circular subject, a user or program, requests access to a square object, like a file. In a state machine model, the system evaluates every request, calculating whether the connection keeps the system in a mathematically secure state. To define what secure actually means, architects look at two primary goals. The first is confidentiality, which focuses exclusively on protecting secrets from unauthorized access. The second goal is integrity. This operates in direct opposition to confidentiality. Instead of hiding data, integrity focuses purely on protecting the accuracy and purity of the information. To engineer truly secure systems, you have to master the diametrically opposed rule sets that govern these flows, the Bell-LaPadula model and the Biba model. We start with Bell-LaPadula. This is the foundational architecture designed specifically to enforce confidentiality and prevent data leaks. This diagram shows a system state, user Harry attempting an action on a data file. Harry holds a secret clearance, while the file sits below at the confidential tier. Harry attempts a write request, and the system actively blocks the action. The logic behind this block is strict containment. If a high-clearance subject writes to a lower classified object, they could intentionally or accidentally copy secret data into an unclassified space. In system design, this specific restriction is formally defined as the star security property. It is universally memorized by engineers with a simple rule: no write down. Bell-LaPadula achieves confidentiality by prioritizing the containment of secrets over the functionality of the user. It strictly prevents any downward flow of data. Preventing leaks solves only half the problem. By pivoting our focus from protecting secrets to protecting trust, we enter the Biba integrity model. This diagram illustrates a new system state featuring a user named Sally. Here, Sally has a secret-level clearance, and the data file sits at the lower confidential level. Sally is attempting a read request, and the system explicitly blocks it. Under our previous Bell-LaPadula rules, reading lower-tier data is perfectly safe. Reading public information does not leak a secret. Biba, however, strictly forbids it. Biba protects accuracy. If Sally reads lower integrity data, she incorporates untrusted information into her trusted workflow. By relying on unverified inputs, she inherently corrupts any future outputs she creates. This restriction is formally defined as the simple integrity property, commonly known as no read down. Biba treats information architecture like a cleanroom environment. By assuming lower-tier data is contaminated, the system mathematically prevents pollution from entering trusted workflows. Protecting the cleanroom requires stopping a second vulnerability, upward pollution. In our final diagram, Sally is attempting to interact with a highly sensitive file. Sally still holds her secret clearance, but the data file is now classified above her at the top secret tier. She issues a write request, and the system blocks the transaction. A subject operating at a lower integrity level cannot be allowed to inject their own information into a higher integrity object. Blocking that write request is the only way to prevent unverified data from polluting a clean, high-tier database. This rule is formally defined as the star integrity property, or no write up. By enforcing both no read down and no write up, the Biba model perfectly inverts Bell-LaPadula. It creates a rigid mathematical guarantee of data purity. Look at the two models side by side. Bell-LaPadula stops downward leaks, while Biba stops upward pollution. If you deploy both models simultaneously on a single system, you create a paradox. Data cannot flow up, and it cannot flow down. The result is absolute isolation. Architects use these abstract flow rules as the exact blueprints to design physical microchip architecture. This diagram illustrates operating system kernel isolation through the ring protection model. The outermost layer, ring 3, contains the untrusted user application space. At the absolute core is ring 0. This is the highly trusted operating system kernel. We map the Biba logic directly onto this diagram. To protect the integrity of the system, the untrusted user space in ring 3 is strictly forbidden from writing directly to the kernel in ring 0. This is a physical, hardware-level enforcement of Biba's no write-up rule. Mastering formal security models gives you the underlying math. It allows architects to understand the unifying principles that govern everything from basic document permissions to the deepest layers of hardware execution.